21 years, 34 starts, and one track that just would not give it up. Today, that finally changed. Matt Hirschman has finally won at Thompson Speedway, and honestly, this one's been a long time coming. Stick around, because this story has a lot more depth to it than just a checkered flag. And hey, real quick, if you are a true NASCAR fan like me, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the channel. NASCAR Nation news is just getting started. We are pushing for our next subscriber milestone, and it's all about real talk from fans who live this sport every week. All right, let's get into it. So let's set the scene here. This is the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, and we're at Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park in Connecticut. And for Matt Hirschman, this place has always meant something special. Hirschman actually spent a good chunk of his childhood watching modified legends race at this exact track. And I mean legends. His own father, Tony Hirschman, won 8 modified tour races at Thompson. So every single trip Matt made to that facility, it just added more fuel to the fire. He wanted his name on that list of Thompson winners too. Well, on Wednesday, in his 34th career start at Thompson, he finally checked that box. Driving the number 60 Bar Harbor Bank and Trust Modified, Hirschman had the speed to get by polesitter Austin Beers early in the race. But here's the thing, he made a point to credit his pit crew too, specifically for how they handled things during the race's only caution period. Hirschman put it simply. He said, when you got a car that's a winner straight out of the trailer, you need your crew to do their job too. And he actually said it felt like a perfect day. He missed the pole by just a little, but with how the car was running, he said he probably looked more like his dad Tony out there than what he's typically done at that track in his own career. Now, that's a pretty meaningful comparison when you think about it, given everything Tony accomplished at Thompson. You know, Hirschman always had his father as a mentor, someone to lean on for advice about how to race that track. But for whatever reason, victory lane at Thompson just never came together for him. Until now. Let's talk about how rocky this journey actually was, because it really puts the win into perspective. Hirschman's very first modified tour start at Thompson was back in 2005, and that ended in a crash after 92 laps. And it didn't get better right away either. His next 4 starts at the track after that all ended with him behind the wall, but he kept coming back. Thompson was a track where his dad, along with names like Richie Evans and Mike Stefanik, had all found success. So Hirschman was determined to figure it out. His first top 5 finish at Thompson came in the 2007 Modified Tour season opener. Then, a year later, he picked up his first runner-up finish there. Progress, slowly but surely. As the seasons went on, Thompson kept giving Hirschman mixed results. Just some good days, some not so good. But more recently, driving for Dee Motorsports, he put together top 5 finishes in his last 3 trips to that track. And that had a feeling like the win was finally within reach. And Wednesday, that optimism turned out to be justified. Hirschman was the only driver to break into the 18-second bracket during the final practice session. So even though he didn't grab the pole, that same speed carried over into the race, and once he got around Austin Beers, he was gone. Now let's talk about Beers for a second, because his side of the story matters here too. Beers was also chasing his first ever Thompson Modified Tour win in his 12th start at the track. He did pick up his second career Thompson pole, and he finished runner-up on Wednesday, and he actually said he sees that as a sign his team is getting back to the championship form they had in 2025. Beers said Hirschman has taken a lot of wins from him over the years, but on Wednesday, Hirschman was simply the class of the field. He mentioned the team was a little tight on that second run, but overall called it a good points day. He also pointed out they've been consistent ever since a mishap at Oxford Plains, and said the team is getting better every single week. So Beers leaves Thompson still looking for his first win of the 2026 season. But for Hirschman, this is huge. He now has 2 Modified Tour victories on the year and 4 top 5 finishes in his last 5 races. That's a serious run of form, and there's something almost poetic about how this one came together. Hirschman has believed he could win at Thompson ever since that very first start 21 years ago. The talent was always there. The circumstances just never lined up. But Wednesday, he said he felt something different from the moment he unloaded at the track. Hirschman actually talked about how locked in he was heading into the race. He said his team had shown pole speed in some recent races, and they were close at Claremont, finishing second there. But this time, he said they unloaded with a car that could win the whole race. He even admitted he was pushing some of his guys pretty hard because he knew how much this one mattered. He said he slept well Tuesday night, came in ready to take care of business, and needed everybody in the same page. And that's exactly what happened. Let's quickly run through the rest of the finishing order, because there's some notable stuff here too. Patrick Emerling had his 3-race win streak come to an end, but he still had a solid night, finishing 3rd. Chase Dowling came home 4th, and Matt Swanson rounded out the top 5. The rest of the top 10 included Eric Goodale, Paulie Hartwig III, Steven Kopchik, Doug Kobe, and Tyler Ripima. So, to recap, Matt Hirschman, after 34 career starts and 21 years of trying, finally got his Thompson Speedway win, his 2nd victory of the 2026 season. Now, here's where I want to hear from you guys. Do you think this Thompson win is the biggest moment of Hirschman's career so far, given how long he chased it? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. Next up for the Modified Tour is the Mohegan Sun 100 at New Hampshire Motor Speedway on Saturday, August 22nd. Green flag is set for 4:30 p.m. Eastern, with FloRacing covering all the action live. If you enjoyed this one, make sure you're subscribed to NASCAR Nation News, drop a like on the video, and we'll see you in the next one.